It's draft season. Let's go. Hello, folks. Today I'll be talking about my mock draft for the 2021 NFL Draft that's coming in just a week about. And so what I'm going to do in my mock draft here is go from pick number 1 all the way to 32, and I'm not going to be making any trades in this mock because I'm not going to get them right, and I know that. Even if I somehow get it, I'm most likely not going to get it because I don't even know what are the chances of me getting an actual trade, the exact trade right for a team. I'm not doing that. So I'm just going to do it off by where the teams just are. I'm just going to go by that. So with the first overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence, quarterback from Clemson. This is not a surprise pick for me at all. He's projected to be the first overall pick in this draft, and he's got that long hair, which Jacksonville loves long hair. Gardner Minshew, he has that hairy mustache, so they wanted longer hair apparently. But the Jaguars need a quarterback badly because they don't have like a great quarterback like an Aaron Rodgers or like a great quarterback. Like they don't have that kind of quarterback really. So I have the Jaguars selecting Trevor Lawrence with this pick. With the second overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Zach Wilson, quarterback from BYU. This kid has a great arm, and the Jets need a quarterback to replace Sam Darnold, and they need an actual quarterback because they have not had a great quarterback in for a long time. Last guy I could think of when the Jets had a great quarterback was Joe Namath. And do you know last time the Jets had Joe Namath? A while ago. Long time ago. But with Zach Wilson, I actually like him with that great arm, so I think that's going to help him a lot. And he's also like, he can move, so he has like, doesn't have like fast feet like Justin Fields, but he's got quick feet. So he's not like a dinosaur, like old age of like barely moving a body like Tom Brady or Big Ben of like those like bodies who can't run that much. Zach Wilson can run, so I think this would be a smart move for the Jets to take a quarterback and take Zach Wilson from it. With the third overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Justin Fields, quarterback from Ohio State. This is my favorite quarterback coming into this draft. I love he's very mobile quarterback, which is good because in this league you need a mobile quarterback that can run and throw, which is great. And he fits into this Kyle Shanahan offense. I think will do pretty well in, so he can do like that great offense of being like a mobile quarterback, which Jimmy Garoppolo is not a mobile guy and he doesn't throw much, but Justin Fields can, and Justin Fields has a better arm and can run faster than Jimmy G. So if Justin Fields, this is going to be like very good for this Niners offense to happen, and it can also like happen off like if they want to do run plays like a Lamar Jackson play of running, that's what they could do with Justin Fields. But Justin Fields, I think he will fit the Shanahan offense scheme very nice in this. With the fourth overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Kyle Pitts, tight end from Florida. Now, Kyle Pitts, I think he's the best offensive player in this draft, whether it's a quarterback or a weapon or whatever. I think he's the best guy, really, that he's so good that fits like the Falcons, like of getting another weapon for them because they badly need another weapon and not relying on Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley. But with Kyle Pitts, he is an amazing catcher, runner, and he's a great blocker too. This guy fits all the criteria for a tight end in that, and he's going to be great in this league, and I think he's going to do very well for Atlanta Falcons and help Matt Ryan, help him get better back to his MVP form of helping him get there. And with this, the Falcons will have a great offense, so many weapons to throw to for Matt Ryan. It will just help him out, and this will get the Falcons a lot better. With the fifth overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Paye Savell, offensive tackle from Oregon. This kid, I think he's the best offensive lineman in the draft. He's very good, versatile of going left or right tackle, which the Bengals need an offensive lineman badly after Joe Burrow getting destroyed back in the pocket and Joe Mixon not getting much carries because he would get tackled right away because the Bengals had no O-line at all. So this helps protect Joe Burrow from getting destroyed in the pocket and gives Joe Mixon some room so he can make some running plays and help get rid of pressure off of Joe Burrow in the game. So this move, I think this is very good for the Bengals to take and help address that O-line. With the sixth overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Ja'Marr Chase, wide receiver from LSU. Now, the Dolphins need another offensive weapon, and with this, Chase is a fast guy, so he's very good in the slot, like Justin Jefferson is for Minnesota Vikings. Chase is very good at that slot, and he will get wide open down the middle of the field, so Tua can easily throw to him better, and Tua needs to develop that arm strength of throwing, so then Chase can get open, and this is like one of the best receivers in the draft. With the 7th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Devontae Smith, wide receiver from Alabama. This guy he's not that fast as Ja'Marr Chase is, but he's a big body type like a DK Metcalf and Devontae Adams, and also has that quick release like Adams. So this is very good of Smith. He did very well with Alabama, and so with this move, I see the Lions taking a wide receiver here to replace Kenny Galladay because they have no weapons really for Jared Goff, and they really need weapons since they lost Kenny Galladay and Marvin Jones. Without that, Jared Goff is gonna have no one to throw to. So with this move, this helps the Lions establish still offensive weapon in a wide receiver, so Jared Goff can throw to easier. With the 8th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select Micah Parsons, linebacker from Penn State. Now, I see this move is replacing Luke Kuechly because Panthers have not had a linebacker ever since Luke Kuechly left them in retirement. Now, with Micah Parsons, I think he's going to be a phenomenal player of just fitting right into where Luke Kuechly went. I don't think Micah Parsons will be better than like Luke Kuechly did for the Carolina Panthers, but I think he's going to be a solid player for the Panthers and help establish that defense and make it a lot better for them. With the 9th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Trey Lance, quarterback from North Dakota State. I see this move as just to get another guy in for the quarterback position because Drew Lock has not shown promise at all, and he needs to develop it or else he's out. And the Broncos haven't had a quarterback ever since Peyton Manning was there, and ever since that Super Bowl when the Broncos won it years ago, that's when they had their last quarterback of Peyton Manning. And Peyton Manning was very old, and he got carried by the defense for that. But with this move, Trey Lance helps like the Broncos get better with that offense and hopefully establish like their offense because the Broncos have offensive weapons in Jerry Jeudy, Melvin Gordon, Philip Lindsay, Courtland Sutton. They have all the offensive weapons. All they need is just a quarterback. And if they get the right quarterback in this draft, this will have the offense be a lot better and can be great. Then you just have to address the defense and make it better with that Vic Fangio system. But they also need to address offensive line. But I feel like they have to take quarterback here because you cannot pass it up on a quarterback really in this draft because they're going to be taken so early in this draft, except maybe one or two guys. But they got to address quarterback, I feel like, in this draft. With the 10th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Patrick Surtain, cornerback from Alabama. I think this guy is the best cornerback in the draft. I think he'll be a lockdown guy for the Cowboys, and the Cowboys badly need a corner ever since Byron Jones has left 2 years ago. He left them for Miami for big payday, and Cowboys have not had a good secondary at all. They really need a cornerback to help them in that secondary, and they really have bad defense, and they need a cornerback or else it's gonna be a free like wide receiver game for the opponent just to destroy him in the secondary, but they're gonna get exposed in the secondary. So I have the Cowboys taking a cornerback in this draft with their first pick to help that defense out. With the 11th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Rashawn Slater, offensive tackle from Northwestern. Now, the Giants had one of the worst offensive lines last year, and they really need an offensive line so they can help protect Daniel Jones and help Saquon Barkley after Saquon Barkley coming off that injury from this past season. They need to protect their guys and protect their most valuable players, or else they're going to get hurt again, and it's not going to go well for the Giants. So with this pick, the Giants need to go offensive tackle. I think Rashawn Slater is the answer for that team of picking, and he fits with the Giants too, I feel like. With the 12th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jalen Waddle, wide receiver from Alabama. The Eagles need an offensive weapon. They really need a guy who can catch the ball and run. They don't have that many guys that can do that. They really just have Dallas Goedert and Miles Sanders that are the only weapons. They have Zach Ertz, but Zach Ertz is not going to stay there for long. Sorry, Eagle fans, if you're a diehard Zach Ertz fan, he's not going to stay there long. But with this helps the Eagles get an offensive weapon and get a wide receiver. I don't think this is the Eagles' biggest need at the wide receiver position. I think it's offensive line. But with this pick, I think you have to take a wide receiver because you cannot pass up of taking a wide receiver really like the first or second round here. But I haven't taken first round because it's a high talent player of Jalen Waddle, and he's a very fast guy. And I think they have to take him here, or else they're not going to get really a great guy like him again in this draft. So with this pick, the Eagles have to address wide receiver here and get an offensive weapon for Jalen Hurts. With the 13th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Chase Horn, cornerback, South Carolina. This guy, one of the best cornerbacks, maybe the best cornerback in the draft. He's still going to be a great guy, I think, in this league. And the Chargers need a corner to help out in that secondary with Derwin James and help replace Casey Hayward. Derwin James has been injured a few seasons, and they really need to replace Hayward because they really have no one else in that secondary to do better and replace Hayward. So with this pick, I see the Chargers selecting Horn to replace Hayward and help make that secondary better. With the 14th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings, select Christian Darrisaw, offensive tackle, Virginia Tech. I think the Vikings still need an offensive lineman because they did well, I feel like, in the draft. Ezra Cleveland helped establish that offensive line of one position, but I still think they need to address the tackles position in the draft to help protect Dalvin Cook, who will get hurt at least every season. Cook has been on the injured list at least once. They need to protect him and protect Kirk Cousins, even though Kirk Cousins is still going to get sacked probably. He's still probably going to get sacked, but I feel like the Vikings need to address offensive tackle in this draft because they just need to get that line really established and help more time to Kirk Cousins to throw to Justin Jefferson and a very better and help make that defense still good and give Dalvin Cook more time to run. But I feel like this would be beneficial for the Vikings to take. With the 15th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Mac Jones, quarterback, Alabama. I think this guy is going to be a sleeper pick of quarterbacks that are going to do well. Patriots need a quarterback. They need to replace Cam Newton. He didn't have a really good season last year, not really. And I feel like they need to get quarterback in this draft, and I think Mac Jones is the answer for them. Belichick likes him a lot and has relationships with Mac Jones because he worked with Nick Saban before. Those two guys are good friends, and Nick Saban has probably told Belichick a lot of information about Mac Jones. So I think Belichick will take Mac Jones with this pick. With the 16th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Greg Newsome II, cornerback from Northwestern. I think this guy is going to be a very great cornerback in this league. He's going to be a solid guy for the Cardinals in that secondary to help with Budda Baker in that secondary because they really have no corner besides Malcolm Butler. They really need another guy at corner, and I think this guy is the answer. Newsome will do it for them, and so this will help the Cardinals establish a defense more because they already have their defensive line. They just really need to address secondary, and they also have offensive weapons. So they really just need to address the secondary. With the 17th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Tevin Jenkins, offensive tackle, Oklahoma State. I think the Raiders need to address offensive line since they lost a couple guys of releasing like Hudson and other guys, and they need to protect Derek Carr, and they don't have anyone else to replace after them, so they can't afford to lose Derek Carr. This offensive line needs to help Jacobs get more room to run, so this would help the run game and help protect Carr. With the 18th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Kawiti Pay, edge rusher from Michigan. This guy, I think he's going to be a very good edge rusher, like one of the best coming out of this draft, and I think he's going to do a solid role for the Miami Dolphins, especially with Brian Flores. But he's going to help make Pay a great player in that defensive scheme he has, and with this, helps create more pass rush, and that's something the Dolphins lack. They need pass rush, and it will help this defense a lot. With the 19th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Washington Football Team select Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, linebacker from Notre Dame. So this guy, I think he's going to be a stud linebacker, and he's going to do very well. I'm just adding another piece for the Washington Football Team defense because they have one of the best defenses, I think, in the league, especially when they're in one of the worst divisions. This is very crucial for the Washington Football Team because they just can play defense and just have a barely scoring offense. This defense can destroy all their division opponents and help win the division for the Washington Football Team. With the 20th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears still suck, select Caleb Farley, cornerback, Virginia Tech. I think this move is just to help out the Bears replacing Kyle Fuller, and they need to make that secondary better because they have been relying so much on Khalil Mack in that defense, and they need to do better of making that secondary a lot better so that defense can be still good. Ever since Vic Fangio left them, if they make this move, it will help the Bears a lot, I feel like. And they also have Jalen Johnson as secondary corner, so with Caleb in there, this makes a good cornerback duo, so this would be very good for the Bears defense. With the 21st overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Jason Awo, edge rusher from Penn State. This guy, he's been getting a lot of buzz of going very high in this draft, even go like top 15 in this draft. I just have him going down here because I don't think he's going to go that far, but I think he's going to go like a fair amount in this draft, in this first round, definitely first round. But he can create more pass rush, and he's the explosive guy, so he's going to help Buckner out on that defensive line and create more pressure on the quarterback of the opponent. So this would be very good for the Colts defense. With the 22nd overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Jalen Phillips, edge rusher, Miami. So this will help the Titans out because the Titans last year, they didn't have a very good defense. The Titans had no pass rush at all, no pressure, not one bit. Even though they have a very need of secondary, I think edge rusher is the need to create pressure on that defensive line for the Titans. This will help out Simmons very much on the defensive line, so it creates more pass rush and gives Simmons not double team that much. I feel like this is a great move for the Titans to take. With the 23rd overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Elijah Vera Tucker, offensive tackle. This guy, he's a versatile offensive lineman. He can play either position, either right or left. And the Jets already have Mekhi Becton, but with this move, you can put Tucker on the opposite side of tackle. So the Jets really need an offensive line. I already have Zach Wilson going to the Jets. So the Jets need to protect Zach Wilson so he doesn't get hurt a lot. The Jets get him, and they have their tackles already ready. Then you just have to work on the inside so Zach Wilson can move outside the pocket and throw quicker. And it also helps the run game doing a lot better. This will help out the Jets a lot. With the 24th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, this move is just to replace James O'Connor because James O'Connor left them and Pittsburgh badly needs a running game, especially since they have to rely a lot on Big Ben. This move, it helps create pressure off Big Ben and not rely on him so much. Like 10 years ago when he was very good, now he's not that good anymore. He's not the solid guy he used to be with that 2-time Super Bowls. But with this, it helps the Steelers out in creating that run game, and this will be a very beneficial move for the Steelers. So this will help the offense in having the run game, wide receivers. But with this one, I like Najee Harris going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think this would be a great move for the Steelers to make. The Pittsburgh Steelers select Najee Harris, running back, Alabama, since they are very good at knowing the guy they want to take in the draft. With the 25th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Trayvon Moehrig, safety from TCU. The Jaguars need help in that secondary badly, and they are getting burned or blown coverage on every play because of that, because they have bad secondaries, so they're getting blown every play, and they have really no one in that secondary to help them out, besides rookies like CJ Henderson was. But with this move, it helps the Jaguars secondary out and gives a live in that Saxonville game like a renaissance, rebirth. They're coming back. With the 26th overall pick, the Cleveland Browns select Christian Barmore, defensive tackle, Alabama. I think this is a great move for the Browns and that defensive line doing, because they just got rid of Sheldon Richardson and saved $11 million off the cap from him. And with this move, it's just a plug-in right away. Draft him and you save that $11 million, and you don't have to use that $11 million much on getting a new guy. Christian to replace Richardson in that position. On the Browns defensive line, you have Garrett, Barmore, and Clowney. That's a great defensive line, and I think that's going to be very good in this league for the Browns, and they're going to have a great defensive line and makes that defense a whole lot better, even with having the good secondary too. So the Browns defense is going to be very great if they make this move. With the 27th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Rashad Bateman, wide receiver from Minnesota. Now, the Ravens need a wide receiver or an offensive weapon at least in this draft because Lamar Jackson does not throw much. He's a running back, basically. And he only has of offensive weapons is Hollywood and Mark Andrews. Those are the only guys he has of throwing to. And they need another weapon so Lamar Jackson can throw to and have more opportunities to throw it than have to run it and make the play of himself or just run it downfield. So this move helps the Ravens out of creating another offensive weapon that they badly need. With the 28th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Asante Samuels, cornerback, FSU. I think Asante Samuels is going to be a very good corner in this league, and I think he's a sleeper, like in the late picks, or he might go day 2, but I think he goes day 1 here to the Saints because the Saints badly need a corner because they don't have like the secondary that they had much since they don't have like Marshawn Lattimore being very good once again. Like he's not that good that much. He was great in earlier seasons, but he's not that good much. And with this move, it helps the Saints still have good corner and help that secondary out because they badly need help in that secondary. All right, you got the Green Bay Packers on the clock. What do we want to do? Do we want to go offensive tackle? Do we want to go wide receiver? Do we want to go quarterback? Do I hear quarterback? Do we want to go quarterback? No? Okay. We won't go Jordan Love again. All right. So with the 29th overall pick, the Green Bay Packers select Jalen Mayfield, offensive tackle from Michigan. This is just to help that Packers offensive line on the right tackle, really, so they can plug Mayfield in because the Packers really need an offensive tackle in right side because Bulaga left them 2 years ago, and they really haven't had the guy really, besides Wagner was solid, but he wasn't like David Bakhtiari level. He was just a solid guy. He was like a band-aid for the Packers, but with this move, this establishes long-term for the Packers of getting a right tackle, and it gives more options since David Bakhtiari is not going to be starting for the Packers for the first couple weeks in the new season because of that injury he got before Christmas or New Year's, I believe it was. So with this move, it helps the Packers out at create an offensive line for them and help give more room for the Aaron Jones and more relief of pressure from Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers cannot get sacked that much and not get that much pressure. With the 30th overall pick, the Buffalo Bills select Azeez Olajuwon. He's an edge rusher from Georgia. Bills need an edge rusher badly because they didn't have a good defense much last year. An edge rusher was their main issue, I would say. And so this move, it helps the Bills create more pass rush and help the defensive line stop the run and create more sacks and pressure on that quarterback. With the 31st overall pick, the Kansas City Chiefs select Samuel Cosmi, offensive tackle from Texas. All right, the Chiefs need an offensive line, really, because did you not watch the Super Bowl when Patrick Mahomes running around every play and just getting destroyed by the Bucs defensive line guys? Chiefs really need to address offensive line, especially even though they lost 2 of their guys. They need to address here, and I think this is the last pick of the first round, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Super Bowl champs. Woohoo! Select Gregory Razui, edge rusher from Miami. This is just helping the Bucs defense get still better, even though that defense is great. It helps give Todd Bowles another toy to play with on that defensive line. And so this will create more pressure on the quarterbacks, and it's gonna be fun watching the Bucs defense destroy teams. Yay. I hope we don't get that. Packers, we don't want that. Please don't do it to us. Do it to other teams. You can do it to other teams. You can attack them, but not us. Just please don't attack us again. Okay, please. But that is my mock draft for the 2021 NFL draft. Please leave a like and hit the subscribe button, please. What did you like about my mock draft? What did you not like about my mock draft? What would you like to see of teams do? Would you like to see your team go after this guy or another guy? Do you think I got the right position right? Or would you like another guy? Like, would you like your team to trade up or trade down this first round? Let me know in the comments. And let's hope this NFL draft does not get crazy like last year. Please, I don't want it to go crazy where chaos happened of where no one knew who was going where. And we all thought one guy was going somewhere and then dropped a lot and the team picked him. So yeah, we'll have to see and find out who's going to be the drop down player in the first round.